Welcome back to Digital Champions on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Mike White, and on Digital Champions, we're meeting with the experts in media, talking about tips, tricks, trends, and technologies they utilize to help their clients have the best campaign success. Joining us today, we have Shane Stender with Silverback Advertising. Welcome to the program.
Hi, folks. Thanks for having me.
So you are a programmatic champion. You're out there buying media, you're studying data. What is your sweet spot? What sets you apart from other agencies in your space?
So one of our big sweet spots is when we started looking at OTT in the world of programmatic about 4 years ago, we really felt like there was more to offer than just talking about the story of impressions and where the media was placed, and really started to follow audiences. So the way we approach it is to really target those audiences and then have that availability within the programming space and leverage all the tools there to follow people around across devices and across platforms so that the story is told on whatever type of device that they're using, and that all of those are tied back to one campaign, which we've felt is really key into getting results and breaking down old school like media silos, and not just silos like between traditional and digital, but silos within digital where campaigns don't talk to each other, and having the ability to take a multitude of tactics and have them all talk to each other. The other thing that really sets our platform apart, we call it data fusion marketing, is our focus on attribution. And no matter what type of retailer that is, combining online attribution, offline attribution, and shopping attribution, all the way back through the campaign delivery, has been a couple of the things that really set us apart.
So when it comes to working with a customer, who's an ideal fit for Silverback?
Somebody who really wants to take their marketing strategy to the next level and get rid of individual tactics, and start looking at the marketing mix model from a whole modeling aspect, and bring those tactics together, so that they're getting one campaign and seeing things like true reach and true frequency, along with the story that they're telling. I think those are the types of individuals that have succeeded the best with our platform. But really, we can scale up to really large clients as well as really small clients, in very localized and retail niches. So the beauty of programmatic and the way that we've addressed it with our data fusion platform is that we can scale up or down depending on what level of retail the particular business is trying to do.
So talk about from utilizing DSPs out there, and you utilize a variety, to creating your own DMP. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's been a great kind of 4-year adventure and always changing, right? The landscapes is a little bit of the Wild West when it comes to, I think, of the trade desks that are available, and what they provide. And it's been a great journey of really building different tech stack on top of each other. I think one thing as agencies that we fail to do a lot is kind of talk about the partners and the tech stack behind the scenes, that goes into ultimately the delivery. And whether it's using Microsoft Dynamics 365 in combination with the various trade desks that are available to us, combined with hundreds of different third-party data sets, combined with other companies to provide geolocation attribution and footfall tracking, and then really kind of bringing those things all together. So one, they work in the campaign, and two, that you can actually report on them in a singular place. So that's been a grand adventure. It's been really exciting to see it grow and see the results for our clients as we've continued to grow it.
So talk about third-party data. So you guys are creating first-party as well through the DMP and not just pulling from third-party data?
Yes, correct. Yeah. First-party data, obviously a big subject in the news these days, right? With the change of cookies, going away eventually in Google's world, and more reliance on pixels and first-party data. We definitely create a lot of first-party data, through the DMP. We love to leverage, clients' first-party data, whether that be from their CRM whether that be from their website, which is also first-party data. There's a lot of great sources, and that first-party data can be used really well to construct some predictive modeling for third party. And depending on what industry we're talking about, I'll use automotive as an example. There's some wonderful, third-party data sets out there through lots of providers. And the one thing that we've found in our modeling is to not really heavily rely on just one data provider. We really look at a multitude of data providers, and when we're trying to isolate those specific audiences, we're looking at those different data sets and trying to find that congruence where they agree that this person is in market, or this person is going to be favorable for this product, to give us a higher certainty that we're going after the right audience.
Shane, what excites you most about the industry you're in, and what scares you?
Lots of things excite me and lots of things scare me on a daily basis. I'm going to start with the things that scare me first. The things that scare me is the inconsistencies right now with OTT and programmatic. I think it's still a little bit of the Wild West. I think there's some consolidation to come in the industry over time. There's some really beautiful, data companies and, trade desk companies doing some really good things in the DSP, world. But I definitely think there's going to be some consolidation to come, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects the bidding, the costs. I think also data, as I briefly mentioned, the change from cookies and being more reliant on first-party data, and really educating businesses on how to better collect that first-party data, so that as marketers, we can then have better data sets to use as some of these things in the industry change. Those are a couple that have me a little bit scared on the direction, but I think we've got some great minds in the industry and some great companies in the industry working on these things that are going to allow agencies to continue to provide some great results. Some things that really excite me are about the same thing. Those two, data and audiences, really excite me on what we can do with data and delivering a great story and a great message to the right person across a multitude of devices, whether that be devices they can click on or devices they can't click on. And that really excites me to be able to show advertisers the attribution, back to those campaigns. So that it's no longer about just an impression or just a CPM, but it's about, the ROI and return on ad spend that I got from, this campaign. And so the more we grow with these tools, the more we can tie that attribution, back. And when we combine it with a holistic approach to media mix modeling, we're able to give that advertiser really good return on ad spend and really show them the journey of that return on ad spend. So that's something that really excites me about where we're going with data and being able to show that end result.
If you'd finish the sentence for me, in 5 years, Silverback Advertising will blank.
In 5 years, Silverback Advertising will be one of the leading agencies in the programmatic space with a data fusion platform that is, in addition to serving individual advertising clients, is also serving advertising agencies that are looking for a solution that maybe they can't handle in-house, but still want to be able to have great client service and a fully customized solution, possibly a white label solution. And I think that's where we'll be in 5 years.
Shane, thank you very much for being a digital champion and sharing us your time today and your insights.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for having us on today.
To find out more about Silverback Advertising and all the amazing things they can do to increase your profitability and your business, visit us at dailyadbrief.com. We'll see you next time on Digital Champions.